Minimum height.
6 feet.
Yeah, that's where they get you. Would you exclude obesity?
Absolutely.
Minimum income. So
I'm gonna say at least 200.
200 grand?
You can be 30 years
Oh
old and
my
make
goodness.
200.
Take a guess at what percentage of men fit this
2%.
criteria? 2%? Much lower. It's 0.049%. Cool.
All right, is this going on the TV?
What is the ideal age? So I'm 27 and I would say I would want them to be older. So like my range that I look for is 28 to 35.
What would you want his income to be?
I feel like this is gonna sound bad. I feel like 300,000.
All right, let's get to it. Maria, baby, 28 to 35. I don't know if it's looking too good. We'll exclude married men. Any race. We'll do average height of a dude, 5'8", exclude obesity. And she wants a whopping 300K. Let's see how many cat bags she gets. Let's go. 0.098% with a 5 out of 5 cat bags.
In the West, feminism has ruined women. The new religion of feminist wokeism is a virus that's infected the minds of women with pure delusion. Men have recognized this and are walking away in massive numbers. And it's freaking women out because they're being forced kicking and screaming into self-reflection. The exact things that feminism has campaigned so hard for over the last 10 years have created a dating culture in the West that's so hostile. The average man has no logical choice but to walk away from it. Women used to be the gatekeepers of sex, while men were the gatekeepers of commitment. This was a system that worked for tens of thousands of years. Sexual competition drove men to become better protectors and providers, while women watched from the sidelines and picked the men who did the best. And if she couldn't get the top hunter of the tribe, she'd say hard luck and settle for a good enough man to raise a family with. But before we go any further, let me share the comment of the day. Shout out to CrapSmalloy7273, who said, "She has blue hair and has the nerve to call others toxic. Shake my head. Even the cats are starting to go their own way." Honestly, if I was a cat, I would not put up with that crazy feminist cat lady BS, man. So please, don't forget to reach out to us by email to claim your $5. As usual guys, I'll pick one comment from each video. It may be the funniest, the most liked, or one that touched me, so don't forget to leave a comment and you may be our next winner. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons too, as it helps a lot. Now, back to the video.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever.
But what happens when that system gets corrupted? What would happen if all of a sudden women started saying that the top hunter isn't tall enough, or doesn't have a big enough dick, or he just gives her the ick for no discernible reason? What happens when the women of the tribe completely lose contact with reality and refuse to settle for anything less than the godly image they have in their minds? Well, if this suddenly happened in an ancient tribal society, it would be considered demonic possession and the shaman of the tribe would come in to fix it. If he couldn't, the tribe would self-destruct within 2 generations. Let me be clear, this is exactly what's happening in the West. A woke mind virus full of delusional feminist propaganda has infected the minds of women. It's created a toxic wildfire of delusion that's destroyed the dating market, making it impossible for good, hard-working men even to be considered for a date by an average woman. It used to be the case that even an average man would usually end up with an average woman. It wasn't perfect, but at least you got laid regularly and could build a family. Now, average women demand the top 10% of men and they refuse to settle for anything less. Social media has spread the delusion far and wide to the point where most women in the West are now caught in the trap. The vast majority of men are invisible to women because of this delusional mind virus creating standards that are so insane they should be considered a mental disorder. Think I'm exaggerating? I'm not. A mental disorder happens when a person loses contact with reality, and this is exactly what's happened with women. This impact on women's standards and worldview is plummeting the birth rate in ways that are unprecedented in the West. Such a rapid drop in birth rate in such little time has never been seen in recorded history outside of a mass extinction event. With the woke feminist mind virus, we're still talking about mass extinction, but it's completely self-inflicted. It's self-destructive that feminists are calling progressive. Progressive self-destruction. Bravo, ladies. This is insanity, and walking away as a man is the best thing you can possibly do. One of the symptoms of the delusional mind virus is delusional dating standards that are completely out of touch with reality. For example, women today have never prioritized height more than they do now, even though, in the past, it made much more sense for women to feel safe because life was far more hostile. A taller man had a better chance of protecting her or warning off predators. But now, we're repeatedly beaten over the head with the message that women aren't damsels in distress who need to be saved by insecure men who want to prove their masculinity. The same women who push that message are the ones with a ridiculous height requirement. If you aren't a damsel in distress and you don't need a man to protect you, why do you suddenly need a man who's 6'3"? For what reason? Because he makes you feel safe? Didn't you just say you didn't need a man to protect you? Either you need a man to protect you, or you're a strong, independent woman who doesn't. You can't have it both ways, ladies. And you can learn why this requirement is straight up delusional with a simple Google search. 5'9" is the average height. If you're sitting around waiting for a guy over 6 feet to approach you and want to date you, you'd better be a solid 10, which most of you aren't. This relates to another delusion that I'll get into a little later. But for now, another ridiculous delusion is that he should make at least 6 figures and pay for everything. This is an example of women picking and choosing the things they want in society. Feminism is the biggest barrel of irrational bullshit you can imagine, and it's examples like these that demonstrate it the most. Feminism has been screaming the message for years that women are strong, independent, and don't need a man. Well, please tell me, if that's true, then why does he need to be making $100K a year when the average yearly income is around $35,000? How does that make logical sense? I'll answer it for you. It doesn't. Because almost no woman has ever stopped to ask why he actually needs to be making this much. It's usually the women who don't respect men and only see them as an ATM that have these unreasonable requirements. Men, if a woman finds income so important, especially if she's broke, do yourself a favor. Run as fast as you can. Block her number, move on. She was just looking to use you. Save your money and rub one out if you have to. Just don't put up with bullshit because you're horny. We're better than that. Another delusion of modern women is that they only seem to be traditional when it suits them. They want the benefits of equality without any sacrifice or responsibility. A man wanting a traditional feminine woman is considered sexist and misogynistic, but a woman demanding that a man pay for her meal in a traditional way is considered empowering.
Are you friend-zoning him?
Yeah, we're just gonna go out as friends from
Okay,
now
so
on.
you're turning him down because he paid.
No dude wants
Because he
to be
paid
your
or
friend.
he...
Or sorry, excuse me, because he split the bill.
Yeah.
But,
Bruh.
okay, so you do have an issue if a guy wants to split the bill.
Yeah.
Why?
I just think traditionally, like, a man should pay on the first date.
You're not a traditional woman.
I think I'm quite traditional in my own ways.
You do OnlyFans. There's nothing, I have OnlyFans girls on the show. I'm fine with it. However, you're not a traditional woman.
I think I'm pretty traditional outside of
Are you a virgin?
OnlyFans.
You said your body count, and look, I'm not shaming you, but your body count's 16, right?
Yeah.
A traditional woman is a virgin.
Well, I disagree. That's not my definition of traditional.
My definition, bro.
This is such a blatant double standard. If feminism were as remotely interested in equality as it says it is, it would encourage women to pay. But it doesn't. It tells modern women that they're victims. They've always been victims, and they should keep demanding more and more. Men have had their fun for the whole of human history. Now it's time for the sisterhood to claim the goods. As I keep saying, it's not about equality, it's about power. Delusional feminism has also convinced women to demand that a man be strong, masculine, and a natural leader. Now, men, can you believe this? Like, can you actually grasp how much of a monumental clusterfuck hypocrisy this is? For the past 20 years, what have we been told? I'll remind you. We've been told that masculinity is toxic and men are oppressive sexual predators. Masculine energy is something to be suppressed and contained. Men need to do better and stop hurting women. Men should open up and be more like women. Well, why the hell did women say this when their sexual preferences for a strong, masculine man haven't changed? It's almost like women want the average man to fail hard by telling him bullshit. Feminism and modern women told men they should be softer, more gentle, and kinder. Those are the women they want, apparently. So, many men listened and decided to adopt those characteristics, only for women to disrespect, abuse, and cheat on them with the Chad she met at the gym. She'll then tell her girlies that her ex-boyfriend was too nice, he didn't dominate me enough. Modern feminism says one thing and does another thing completely. The truth is, women don't want men who act like women. They'll say that that's what they're looking for, but it's complete BS. Watch what women emotionally respond to, who they fantasize about, and how they behave. You'll know it's a lie.
What do you think is the most attractive muscle on a guy?
Arms. Abs.
Okay, why do you think arms?
Dude, because have you seen a guy with nice arms? Oh my god, they just walk around and they're attractive. Are you kidding me?
Okay.
Are you kidding? Oh my god.
What do you think?
Abs are covered by shirt. Abs are covered all the time.
Okay,
Arms
but like
are just out and about.
I don't know if they have like I don't know. Like I feel like I need a guy that has like better abs, you know? Like
What if he's like jacked, right? But he's just got
Flabby abs.
yeah.
well, if he's like bulking, then yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
So like yeah.
Oh, she knows what's up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Another textbook delusion is that a man should have a solid six-pack or be in fitness model shape. I have a couple of problems with this. The first is that a six-pack is insanely hard to achieve and maintain. This isn't being whiny, it's being realistic. Unless you're one of those naturally athletic men, it requires extreme dedication and hard work. Everyone can achieve it, but it's hard. Most women don't give a shit about that. It's considered perfectly normal for a solid 5 out of 10 women with a chubby poofa and 3 kids to demand that her man be in peak physical condition for her to even consider sleeping with him. Society says it's empowering for a woman to have those kinds of standards, but when men want a fit, slim woman, it's a case of unrealistic beauty standards imposed by a misogynistic patriarchal society. This is textbook bullshit. Let me tell you what society really thinks. Modern movies have no problem showing the male main character being a 6'4" Chad with massive pecs and a rippling six-pack. That's not an issue to society, even though millions of young boys will be watching this, because it's about men. Nobody gives a shit. But when you portray a woman as being slim and in shape, society can't stand it because it offends some women. The truth is, it only offends the fat, lazy women who have no intentions of ever setting foot in the gym. 80% of men are considered unattractive by most women. This is an actual study that was conducted that proves just how rigged the game is for your average man. But even though most men are unattractive to most women, that doesn't stop them from only choosing to settle for the massive tall Tyrone with the chiseled jawline and masculine features. Ladies, we're not saying you should be with a guy you find unattractive, but constantly watching porn and fantasizing about The Witcher and then comparing real-life men to these images is straight up delusional. And that's another thing that porn has done, because people are watching more porn than ever before. More women have been poisoned by ridiculous expectations for what a guy is meant to be packing below the belt. We've all seen porn. We all know those guys are paid actors who do porn professionally in an industry that has a minimum size requirement. That size requirement is at least 6 inches, but we know in porn that would be considered small. One well-known porn producer said that when it comes to penis size in porn, the usual rule of thumb is 7 inches equals 9 inches, 8 inches equals 10 inches, and 9 inches equals 12 inches. When women have been exposed to these kinds of images, how can a man possibly measure up in real life? Having a size expectation is just one of the ways that women are straight up delusional today. Most men are between 5 and 5.5 inches, and if a woman isn't cool with that, she'll be single, lonely, and childless when the wall hits. The worst thing about all of these ridiculous expectations is that women will absolutely straight up refuse to drop her standards for anybody. Woke, toxic feminism has infected women with the delusion that she should never have to drop her standard for any man under any circumstances. Men have been telling women that it's unreasonable and it will lead to misery. Women stick their fingers in their ears and refuse to listen. Women, if you want a top-shelf guy, you need to be willing to undergo some serious changes. And even then, most women will never land a top 10% man because the vast majority of women aren't in the top 10% themselves. It's a ridiculous delusional expectation. And what's worse is that modern women refuse to change. Men are expected to just accept them as they are, and if women can't find a date, it's the men's fault, like everything else. The woke feminist mind virus is here to stay, and you've already done the best thing you can possibly do as a man. You don't teach a child to behave by giving them more attention. Don't participate. Don't feed the bullshit. Just back away, focus on your own happiness, and become the best version of yourself. Don't be surprised when women fall in line and start chasing you. But even then, will you really care? As always, I wish you tremendous success. Now it's your turn. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember that if you leave the best comment, you'll get $5. Thank you so much for watching. If you found value in this video, hit the like and subscribe buttons, ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on future uploads, drop a comment, and share it. See you in the next video. Till next time.